With destination Pardubice. Pardubice is also your destination, please, and return to the cabin crew. They are traveling on a Boeing 737 Please move on the cabin area and take your seat as quickly as possible. Your seat has been allocated to comply with weight and balance to secure safety. You must occupy allocated seat.
To Pardubice. We are getting ready here to go now. Very shortly we're going to close up the doors and we're going to start our journey. Fairly lucky today. It's the first flight we do up to Pardubice from Malaga. That's why we're not too many passengers aboard. So it's good for you. You can stretch out and enjoy the flight even more with a bit more space. Time today to fly is about 2 hours and 50 minutes. Condition route looks pretty good. The forecast says there shouldn't be any turbulence at all, maybe some bumps here and there. However, I do recommend you to keep the seatbelt fastened whenever you're in your seat, just in case. And the latest weather from destination today, it's at the moment a wonderful morning. Clear skies, calm winds, and temperature 10 degrees. It looks like during the afternoon sometime it's going to be passing through some rain showers.
Of cabin pressure, masks like this will drop automatically from the panels above your head. Remain seated and pull down firmly on the mask to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and mouth securely.
has switched on seatbelt signs, so we kindly ask you to return to your seatbelt fastened and all in the cabin areas of the toilets is permitted for the next few minutes. Estamos pasando por un área ligera turbulente, comandante por esta razón, a vuelta de la de los cinturones, permanezcan sentados con los cinturones.
Sorry, Pardubice is the first flight, and we're doing this first flight with all of you. And also, we give today a promotion, a special promotion. What we are offering you, what we are selling. We are giving prices, cash prices today. 50 euros, 1,000 euros, 60,000 euros, up to 60,000 euros in direct cash prices. Okay? Yes. And also more 1 million of euros or a brand new car. This is a year draw. Today, and this is the first flight with you, we give you for only today 2 euros one. 5 for 5 euros. And much more. One packet, one bundle for 10 euros, and today we give you another one for free. What's the most important of this draw, on these prices? This money,
preparation for landing, the captain has switched on the seatbelt sign, so we kindly ask you to return to your seat. Make sure your seatbelts are securely fastened, your chair table should not be in the proper position, and rest down with the blinds fully open. There should be no more standing or walking inside the cabin areas of the toilets is not permitted. If you remove any bags during the flight, so they may be happy top of your head in this very moment. We also suggest you to have a look on the safety guards situated within the area around you. We'll landing shortly. En preparación para el aterrizaje, comandante a vuelta de la de los cinturones, permanezcan sentados, cinturones apachados, brazos bajados, mesitas plegadas en uso de los aseos, sentar por la cabina, ya no está permitido. Aterrizaremos en breve.
Crew, take your seats for landing, thank you.
to welcome you to Pardubice Airport. Local times approaching 10:15. We are 25 minutes of schedule. The oxygen remains irreversible fasten until the aircraft has come to its final parking position. And the captain has also switched off single sign. The farewell will monitor and offers as items may become dislodged from flight, pull out and cause injuries. Thank you for choosing to travel with us. We wish you a very good day and a safe journey.
Elke we door te maken en cross share.